And over to you. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Thank you. Can you hear me? Hello. We would like to thank the members of the Standing Committee on Natural Resources for taking the time to consider our thoughts on a fair and equitable transformation of Canada's energy sector. My name is Daniel Breton, CEO of Electric Mobility Canada. Founded in 2006, Electric Mobility Canada is one of the world's leading organizations in transportation electrification. Our members include manufacturers of light, medium, heavy, and off-road vehicles, electricity and charging infrastructure providers, mining companies, technology companies, and the automotive industry, mining companies, technology companies, research centers, cities, universities, fleet managers, union fleet managers, environmental NGOs, etc.
The International Monetary Fund published a report on the green economic transformation needed to achieve net zero emissions, including a chapter on labor market implications. The analysis demonstrates that more stringent environmental policies are associated with greener and less pollution incentive employment. It's not only good for employees' job security, it's also better for their health. Green infrastructure push and phase-in carbon taxes should be backed by training programs targeted to lower-skilled workers and by earned income tax credit to support incentivized labor supply. Areas that rely more heavily on higher emission-intensive production will have a larger reallocation need and a tougher transition. These policies would buffer the unequal impacts of the transition on low-skilled workers and reduce income inequality. Last year, our organization launched its 2030 V Action Plan that included 6 pillars for a successful transition towards an electric mobility ecosystem that would not only fight climate change and air pollution, but also create high-quality, sustainable jobs across the country. That's why we recommend supporting the clean job transition with ambitious training and retraining program so they will be able to find good paying and more stable jobs in electric mobility. In the electric mobility sector, job growth is exponential and the demand will continue growing for years. As written in our 2030 V Action Plan, a Canadian EV economic development and investment attraction strategy focused on R&D efforts and action to protect Canadian industry and workers from following by the domestic rules will help ensure a prosperous transition to electric mobility economy in Canada. So we recommend that the federal government focus its effort on 1, attracting more investment to accelerate EV manufacturing and related industry in Canada, including assembly, parts, machinery, charging equipment, and battery materials extraction and processing with a Canadian EV economic development and investment attraction strategy. Building these industries will create good, sustainable jobs and raise the profile of EVs to further support their adoption in Canada. 2, accelerating technologies, research, development, and a manufacturing associated with reducing the cost of vehicle batteries and thus vehicle cost per unit of charge. Achieving economies of scale in vehicle batteries and charging infrastructure production will also help to reduce costs for consumers and fleets. 3, work with provinces to revamp the vehicle mechanic curriculum to prioritize EVs by fast-tracking training for EV mechanics and provide them with more apprenticeship opportunities. 4, building a labor force with the right skills from engineering and research to electrical and mechanical, charging infrastructure installation, maintenance, and fleet management will be critical to the success of Canada's transition to a zero-carbon economy. Exploring opportunities for the government to support employers, whether traditional industry or all EV, to train new employees who have not previously worked in the EV industry. Maintaining existing funding commitments for training and retraining will be vital. La raison pour laquelle nous devons
The reason we need to encourage the development of our own zero-emission vehicle supply chain from mining to mobility is to ensure that Canada is not left behind in the electric vehicle revolution that is occurring. For environmental reasons, but also for the future of Canadian workers, we must make the most of this opportunity that comes along once in a generation.
Merci. Thank you.